Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Vivek Ramaswamy, and I want to talk about the absolutely stellar film, Netflix's Leave the World Behind with Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, Mahershala Ali, and Kevin Bacon. This is a really spectacular film, and I think and the reason why I want to talk about it is my firm belief today that American entertainment is synonymous with American politics. There is no difference. Our politics are defined by, our politics are executed through, our politics are communicated by, our politics are distributed by American entertainment. And Hollywood is far closer to American politics, both speech and action, than Washington, D.C. Okay? So, Netflix, because it's in the entertainment business, in my humble opinion, is in the American politics business. And I think the political speech that they are exhibiting with Leave the World Behind, by the way, spoilers for Leave the World Behind here, is the following. They are saying very clearly, in my humble opinion, the following. They are warning Americans about what they believe to be. I think they are giving a warning to Americans about what they believe to be a attempt to topple America by an unknown source. Okay? All right. So in the film, they clearly delineate how they have a Mahershala Ali's character says, the way you topple a great nation is, and he's in America, he's talking about America, is isolate, destroy the communication, destroy transportation, and then synchronized chaos, and then a coup d'etat. Today I want to talk about synchronized chaos, okay? So the synchronized chaos step that is defined in the movie is the following. At confusion, you spread confusion and you spread misinformation. Now, is that happening in America? Has that happened in America? Oh my gosh, yes. 100% that has been happening in America. Who is the culprit? Who has been spreading misinformation? Who has been spreading confusion and misinformation? The mainstream media. Period. There is one legitimate news source left. It's Sagar and Jetty and Crystal Ball on Breaking Points. Every other journalism source, in my humble opinion, is not doing its job and is fundamentally failing to reduce confusion and reduce misinformation. And this is really critical. Like this really incredibly critical, bad situation that we find ourselves in America, where we just reached a point where getting truth is virtually impossible. And I think many Americans reach a point where they don't feel they can receive truth from it. They don't know where to turn to find truth, right? And so where do they attempt to find truth? They attempt to find truth through boy, do they try, right? I think they attempt to find truth through institutions, corporate institutions, and government institutions. And we just learned in 2020, we learned government institutions for truth, not a good source. like it was like they were like, no, and it's not even debatable at this point. Like, nope. like you're like, nah, we don't tell you the truth anymore. Like, especially at the beginning of an emergency, that's when we'll really lie to you. Like, and that's like, that's really like, you're like, I'm going to stay up nights grinding my teeth over that. That's really bad, right? You know, so we've gotten to this point where the mainstream media simply refuses to put forward truth, right? And And so, so there's no question, right? Is Netflix warning us about something? Yes, I very much think they are, right? Like they're like, isolation, yeah, America's communication and their transportation have been massively impacted, if not destroyed, right? And then and I did a video about that. And then synchronized chaos. The mainstream media has ensured that synchronized chaos has been firmly executed on America, right? And so I definitely think Netflix is warning us, right? So what is our response to the warning? Thank you, Netflix, right? Vivek Ramaswamy is the response, right? He is a man who, if you want to hear clear truth, right? Spoken with quite literally just brave, bold certainty and honesty. Drill, frack, burn coal. There it is, right? Like cuts through all the noise and says, people have told you for 30 years, if you don't do this, the Earth's going to melt. Oh, and now it's 30 years later and the Earth hasn't melted. And frankly, they're no longer even pointing to their numbers anymore because they cried wolf so many times nobody believes, right? And we've reached a point where nobody's worried about the environment because we're like, you guys said if we didn't do these things, everything was going to turn to, to X. We didn't do those things, like, and nothing you said happened, right? Like, it's just, it's where we're at, right? And I think Vivek Ramaswamy is a truth speaker. He is a truth speaker. And if you want somebody who's going to cut through the noise, cut through the confusion, cut through the misinformation, and say it plain, not hide his agenda, right? There's no hidden agenda in drill, frack, burn coal. That is extremely clear, right? And people are getting upset with Vivek because he says things clearly. You understand where he's headed, right? So I think the answer to what Netflix is warning us is Vivek Ramaswamy. So absolutely, I think, isolation, synchronized chaos, yeah, they've been executed. Definitely. The film is a warning, right? What do? Let's fix our politics. You do that with Vivek Ramaswamy. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.